Well, here we are. Howdy. Welcome to the stream, everybody. What's up? So, it is time for a new Let's Play. And I thought I would do something special here. Because, at the time of this recording, one day from now is the 10th anniversary of a very, very important video in the history of the internet.
Had my babies.
Thank you, Myers. Thank you for the sub, baby. But, so yeah, I thought 10 years later, we should revisit this and do it better. That's why I'm excited. I know you're excited for my newest Let's Play. Super Mario Bros. 3, baby! Let's fucking go! I'm just kidding, I'm kidding. We're doing Gran Turismo again. Get hype. For the PlayStation, released originally in 1997 in Japan. Us filthy Americans got it in 1998. And, well, my favorite racing game franchise. My second favorite game franchise, period. Second only to Sonic. And, it's been long enough, I think. I've had this planned for at least a year and a half, maybe 2 years, by the way. Every time you guys ask, hey, are you going to redo GT? When are you going to redo GT? And I say, I have a plan. This is the plan. Here we are. Fucking let's go. Let's switch my scene. And, boom. You're in the gameplay demonstration. I was kind of leaving the game idle. Here we are. Gran Turismo. For the PlayStation. Also, if you're wondering, I'm playing this game on my PlayStation 3, which is probably just off screen, and using the DualShock 3 controller. But here we are, Gran Turismo, the real driving simulator. Of course, if you're not familiar with this, and there may be the chance that somebody who is watching this isn't, developed by Polyphony Digital, released in 1997 Japan, published by Sony themselves for the PlayStation, and here it is. So, the first thing we need to do is take care of some options here, and just get things configured. So, one sacrifice I'm going to have to make here is, because this game has a licensed soundtrack, and because YouTube and now sort of Twitch, but it's not as bad, they don't like that, I gotta turn the music off. I do have a plan when segmenting this shit, though, so I do have a plan. But, so yeah, I have to turn that off, unfortunately. Two-player battle, doesn't matter. DualShock vibration, I don't think it actually works on the DualShock 3. I don't know. But anyways, configuration 2 is just our camera position. We have 3 cameras to choose from, either the driver cam, which is bump cam, chase 1, which is a close chase cam, and chase 2, which is further away, I believe. Might be the other way around. I think. I'm gonna go with chase 2. And we can choose, I guess, whether to have, I don't know, how much the camera moves with the car, I guess. I'm assuming that's what that means. We can choose to have the track map on or off, and we can choose to have a wide, narrow, or normal view angle. I'm just going to go with normal because that's what I'm used to. Here's our controls. I am going to be using the face buttons and the D-pad to drive the car, just like old times. Why? Because. Because. But I am going to change a couple things. One, I'm actually going to change... Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to change the shifting to the 1 shoulder buttons instead of the 2 shoulder triggers that I have to use. So I'm going to do that. It's easier for me. Then we have analog settings if I was actually using analog mode, but I don't feel like it. So, boom, options done. Now to bring in something else new that I'm introducing here. I have a timer. This was partially inspired by Test Drive. If you're in here, thanks, you bitch. when she was playing through streaming through Need for Speed Most Wanted recently. She had a timer up, and I'm like, this is cool. We can see how much I fucking suck at this. We're speedrunners now. Anyways, we have three other options here. We have the replay theater, which is just a bunch of where you can view race replays you have saved. There's also demonstration videos that you can watch of various races, as well as the game's license tests. It's cool, but let's just get right into this, and let's begin. So we have the arcade mode, we have the simulation mode. We'll be dealing with the arcade mode later, but for right now, let us begin our journey in Gran Turismo with the simulation mode. Here we go. Ooh, I'm actually excited to get back into this. Now once we load, boom, here is our main menu. It's silent now, but again, sacrifices had to be made. One other thing about the music thing, I think my disc is slightly worn, to where some of the music tracks actually skip and can cause the game to crash. So that's another thing I had to deal with that is nullified from turning off the music. But here's our simulation mode menu. We have our home, we have a license branch, we have a race menu, we have a bunch of dealerships surrounding us with a bunch of cars from all over the world, mostly Japan, because this game was developed in Japan, so they would have the most knowledge and availability of Japanese cars. Bring is a bit cut from the top. What are you talking about? It's fine. It's fine. It's like I'm cut like what, 2 pixels? But yeah, we have a bunch of Japanese brands like Honda, Mitsubishi, and Toyota. We have some American brands like Dodge and Chevrolet, and we have a couple British brands, Aston Martin and TVR. That's cool. So check out our home. We're on our first day. I like the day system of the old GTs. It's really cool. I do think I need to do some slight cropping with the game window, but well, it's fine. But here in our home, we can check out our garage, which is empty right now because I don't have a car. But I do have 10,000 credits to spend. We can load and save our data. We can actually trade cards with a second memory card, which is cool. We have our little shortcuts here. We can go to the save screen, the home, race, or just the main menu. So I think what we're going to do first is we're going to buy a car. So let's go buy a car. I had originally had a plan for this, but I forgot what that plan was. I'm gonna go to Nissan, because all the Japanese dealerships in this game actually have used cars that we can choose to buy, because we can't afford any of the fucking new ones. So we're gonna go to the used car dealership in Nissan. And also, hi chat. I'm not ignoring you, I promise. And we got some cars to choose from here. So we have a bunch of S13 Silvias. We have the Qs and the Ks and the we have a Primera. Normally my starting car would be the Toyota Supra, the Mark III Supra, but I wanted to be different this time, so I'm not going to get the Supra. I can get an R32 Skyline GTS for $9,000. It's barely within my affordable range, but nah. Let's see. What's Sylvia? 138 horsepower. That's actually a little less than I wanted, actually. You know what? Let's go to a different dealership. Let's go to Subaru. Subaru's cool. I like Subaru. Let's see what Subaru has to offer. They don't have anything I can afford to offer. Okay, never mind. Screw that. Alright, let's go to Honda and Acura, which is Honda's American brand. They're just kind of lumped together. And, yeah, another reason why I was excited to play this again, because this is the game that, like, shaped my love for cars and my love for certain cars. Like, the Mark III Supra, the Dodge Viper, the fucking just everything, the Corvette Grand Sport, like, all kinds of things. So let's see, Del Sol, we got Preludes, Prelude SI. That's tempting. I might get that. We also have a Civic. Ooh. Oh, we have a VTEC Prelude from 1994. Oh shit, but it's more expensive. And then this crap, with that other Prelude. We have NSXs that I definitely can't afford. I think I'm going to buy this 93 Honda Prelude SI for $7,250. So, here it is in Cobalt Blue Pearl. It is a front-engine, front-wheel drive car with 160 horsepower. Ooh. It weighs 2,865 pounds. We go to the spec menu. We can see a lot of information about the cars. There's a lot of cars in this game. Over 100. Like 130 or something like that. And they all have pretty detailed information, including the car specs, as well as history of the car and stuff, which is cool. Just a bunch of flavor text. So much effort. I fucking love it. But we're gonna purchase this car. And will I buy? Yes. I'm glad turning off music doesn't get rid of that jingle. I love that jingle. Now we have a car. We can go to our home in our garage. We can check it out. There it is. Whoa. But you know what? What's good of having a car if you can't drive it? So, first of all, go to the car. Okay, I don't need to wash it. We can go to the car wash after we drive a car, clean it, make it all nice and shiny. You can also go to a machine test, which is basically just an acceleration / top speed testing facility. We have a 400 meter, a 1K, and a speed test, which is cool. But you know what? Let's go race. Let's do some racing. So, welcome to the Gran Turismo Foundation. We have, well, 5 different race types, but 4 for single player. We have the GT League, which is kind of the main meat and potatoes of the GTF. We have special events, which is a bunch of race series with specific restrictions. We have time trials, which is just pick a track and run some laps on it, just to practice, on every track in the game, including their reverse variants. We have the memory card battle, which is basically a 2-player mode, I believe. Something like that. Yeah, it's a memory card thing. I want to back out. Let me back out. Let me back out. Let me back out. I actually have a virtual memory card in the second slot, so this is a problem. There we go. Whoops. Anyways, finally we have the spot race, which is just a couple pickup races we can do at 5 different tracks, no license required. And you know what? I'm just getting started. I don't really want to go for my racing license yet. Let's just do a couple pickup races. Why not? We have 5 tracks to choose from. We have High Speed Ring, Autumn Ring Mini. Well, it just says Autumn Mini. We have Grand Valley, the east section, Deep Forest, and Trial Mountain. So I think I'm going to start with the shortest track, and that is Autumn Ring Mini. And we're going to do some spot races, because why not? Race for beginners on an ultra-short course, Autumn Ring Mini. No restrictions on license or car type. So here we go. Pigeons. Oh god. Love you too, Pigeon. So there's a lot of people here, like a lot of people. I think you guys like Gran Turismo. Anyways, here's our pre-race screen. So here we can do a little test run, a practice session to get our car dialed in. We can change some of the car settings, such as any upgrade parts that we have, but I don't have any on this thing because I just bought it. We can change certain settings of cars depending on specific upgrade parts we have. I can't change anything on it now because I don't have any of the necessary parts to do so. To adjust anything, nor will I probably do any adjustments because I don't know how to fucking do that. We have an entry list, which we can see what we're going to be racing against, so we're about on even ground here. We have going to be going up against a 94 Mitsubishi FTO, with 161 horsepower, 2,500 pounds of weight. We've got a Honda Civic CRX from 1991. We got a Nissan Silvia Q's S14, a Toyota, I think, Levin BZG, and I think it's a Mazda Roadster, I think. I could be wrong. It's very light, so I'm guessing that it is. But before we can race, we have the option to qualify, so I'm going to do that. So, I'm going to be using manual transmission throughout this because I'm cool like that. And here we go, qualifying. Let's see how this Prelude drives. So, we get 1 lap here in qualifying to set the fastest time that I can to try to improve my grid spot for the race. And I just realized that I want to use Chase Cam 1. Oh well. So here's Chase Cam 2. I'll just cycle through the cameras real quick. Here is the driver cam, also known as the bumper cam. Hey guys, remember this from 10 years ago when I only played like this? Memories. And here's Chase Cam 1. I think I'm going to be using Chase Cam 1. So I need to change that in the options so I don't have to constantly cycle through cameras. I'll do that at a time that isn't right now. Chase 1 is the GOAT. Yes, and around the final turn here at Autumn Ring Mini, I'm going to set a qualifying time of a 44.477. Oh, the race countdown noise is like something that has stayed with Gran Turismo forever. And there we go. We actually qualified on pole by 1.2 seconds over the FTO, with the Civic 3rd, Silvia coming 4th, the Levin in 5th, and the Roadster qualifying in last place. Now, we have the option to view the replay of our qualifying run, which I'm not going to do, and or just go to the next menu. So there we go. There's a little rundown. Ranking first, total time, a new record, as well as a new lap record. Oh. Didn't say that. I actually earned some money from getting to pole position. I think that was, what, 500 credits? So, good qualify, because you can potentially make more money. So now the qualifying is complete. Let's do our first race. Again, we can do a practice run, change your car settings, check out the starting lineup in case we forgot. But let's go race for our first race in Gran Turismo in 2020. Here we go, right on the grid, first grid slot. Gonna be a 2-lap race, and away we go. And I'm gonna have to shift the cameras every time, god damn it. Well, here we go. Can look behind as well. This game does, if you're not familiar with the first Gran Turismo, the AI do have a pretty strong rubber band. So even if I was in a car that is a lot faster than theirs, they will usually stay relatively behind me. They won't rubber band to my bumper, but like they'll rubber band to where they're like close enough to capitalize on like a major mistake, basically. So you know. Well, I wouldn't say qualifying is an actual rubber band. It's one of those cases where that plagues a lot of racing games, actually, where the AI are much quicker. Like, their simulated times are much quicker than they actually are when they're being rendered in the game. So, like, the AI will tend to qualify a lot faster than they can actually race, because of the fact that, like, the game isn't rendering their qualifying lap on screen, so they just kind of guesstimate about what time that these cars would run. And it's usually faster than what they can actually run in-game. And there we go, we're going to win our first spot race. Easily. Boom. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Just like that. Minute 25 race. This was a very short track, which is why I picked it first. But we finished first over the FTO, which, again, managed to rubber band to about 2/3 of a second. 2/3 of a second to a second is about the normal rubber band gap. Civic comes in third at a elite gap. Nice. The S14 ends up in 4th, the Levin in 5th, and the Roadster takes up the rear of the field. So no actual on-track overtakes in this race. Now, replay mode, I think there is a way to save replays. I should probably get onto that, because I am going to be using these replays for thumbnails. Oh, hi, Keenan. Now, we do have a couple controls in the replay, like we can change the camera if we don't want to look at the actual replay cameras. We can look at, like, car cameras. We can also turn the HUD on and off. Ooh. But, yeah. Here's how we doing, Keenan. Have you reached the parentals? Hold over having a poop. Oh. By the way, enjoy your break. Fucker, you deserve it. Deserve a... just to clear your mind. Beautiful specimen. Anyways, that's the replays. Let's just press start, skip that. There we go. There's our results, including both of our lap times, record, yada yada yada. We earned 1,000 credits for that victory, so making money. Believe Twitter, dude, good. Okay, there's a save replay option. All right, I will remember that for next time. So I'll just save the replays and use, record those later. So there we go. That was our first spot race complete. 1 down, 4 to go, and it's taken me 16 minutes to do the first race. But I gotta get the introductory shit out of the way. So we finished Autumn Ring Mini, and I'm just gonna go down the list. I'm gonna go clockwise here, starting at the top left with High Speed Ring, one of my favorite tracks in the series. In the past, I would consider it my absolute favorite track. Nowadays, it's a toss-up between this and Grand Valley. Matt Timmy's. World record pace, yes. Dude, I want a bugle. Put some bugles on my fingertips, be like... It was High Speed Ring for our next race. So, a much stronger... I don't know about my chances of winning this. We have a much more quicker lineup of cars here. We have a Toyota Soarer with 266 horsepower. A Cosmo, I think that's a Mazda? Yeah. We have another Prelude, which is a more powerful Prelude, another FTO, and an SVX, which I believe is a Subaru. And confirm it with myself because it's a four-wheel drive car. But you know what? Fuck it. Let's go. Let's just see how we can do in our little Prelude. Let's do it. Do it to it. Now this is, as the track would say, or as the track name would suggest, this is a high-speed track. Which means the fact that they have more power is going to be beneficial to them and not to me. But I can use my cool, epic driving skills to maybe beat them, probably not. We'll see, though. The claw. Kind of reacquainting myself with this game. Because it's been a while since I've last played this, and I gotta remember how it drives, and physics, and all that crap. Yeah, we do qualifying. Delay is horrible. Rip. How much latency do you want? All of it. Okay. So let's see how we did. Probably last, I'm gonna guess. But, yep. 5 seconds off. Alright. Well. Well. Well, let's go for it. Again, qualifying is not indicative of how they're going to run in the race, so let's just do it to it. Am I going to lose? Probably. Am I going to put effort into maybe winning? Yes. nowhere, Ontario. Nismo 350Z. Oh, well then. But at least we can actually see other cars on screen now, since I started on pole at Autumn Ring. You can also hear the other cars, which I thought was an amazing thing back then, even though it's the same stock engine sound for all the AI cars. Oh! Mans is going for a move that wasn't a very good move. Not sure what the plan there was, but it didn't work. Whoop. Little bump. Little bump. Two by two as we go through the S. Up to third. Well, depending on how much quicker they are than me down the front straight, I might have a chance at this. Oh. Run a little wider line around the final turn, see if I can get some momentum out. Use the banking to my advantage. Zoom past second. Cut them off. Not being able to make small adjustments because I'm using digital steering. Let's throw it in fifth gear. Oh. Slight lift. Probably didn't have to lift, but hey, it's fine. And the dive! Dive didn't work. Okay, we'll swap ends and do it here. Right around in the S, alright. I just gotta hold them off. It's so weird only having audio. Dude, it's like listening to MRN. Except only one voice and far inferior commentary. Out of the final turn, and I have more than enough of a gap to take the win here. Cha-ching. Take your 200 horsepower and shove it. Five seconds slower in qualifying, doesn't matter, passed them all. Ended up winning by half a second over the Soarer, with the Prelude third, Cosmo coming in fourth, the FTO taking fifth, and the SVX bringing up the rear. Let's fucking go. That's a really good example of the AI not being as fast in the race as they are in qualifying, so another $1,000 for me. Except it's actually nothing like MRN. It's like last year when the ESPN or whatever crew did the radio style broadcast from Indianapolis. It's like that. Although I did love that. They did that, by the way. So, 2 races down, 3 to go. Let's go to Grand Valley next, the east section. A little more technical track, so being down on power hopefully won't be as much of a problem. Experience the real racing circuit Grand Valley, a race for beginners which uses the east section of the circuit. If there's ever a fictional racetrack that I would love to have some fuck-off rich guy buy land for and build in real life, it would be Grand Valley Speedway. Absolutely love this track. It's so good, and it would be really good in real life as well. So anyways, we have a little bit of a mixed bag. Not the same as High Speed Ring, but a little less power overall. So we have the Soarer is back, except I think it's a different trim because we have the 2.5 GTT this time. We have a 180X SX in here. We have a FC RX-7, Mazda RX-7, the Dorito machine. We have I believe it's an Acura Integra in this game. In Japan, it's the Honda Integra. I'm not sure about the European version of this game. And we have a GTO, a Mitsubishi GTO, bringing up the rear of the entry list. Would be able to race on Grand Valley? I don't know. A lot of things, hopefully. GTO. Here we go, qualifying at Grand Valley East. Have a safe trip, Keenan. Doesn't have Acura at all. Okay, so Acura was basically just added for the North American version, which makes sense because Acura is pretty much the American like sub-brand of Honda, so it makes sense to have it over here. And rebadge some of the Hondas as Acuras in the North American version of the game. Because here we are at the beautiful Grand Valley. Circa 1997. That was bad. Then again, we're going to be seeing a lot of that. Especially once I get to the faster cars. I'm going to be slip-sliding all over the place, but that's just kind of the name of the game. This is definitely not, you know, nearly as realistic of a simulator as later GTs would become. There's definitely a lot of crazy shenanigans that can go on. Mostly including, or mostly to do with power sliding. Gotta love those wiggly PS1 textures. I know, right? I love it. So good. And a 1 minute 25.061 for qualifying. Oh boy. And once again, 6 seconds off the pole this time. Sora ran on 119. Alright, well. Okie dokie. 6th place for me. So, that's fine. I came back at high speed ring from last to first, and this is a more technical track, which gives me more opportunities to use my superior driving skills past them. So let's just fucking do it. Here we go. Yeah, I'm playing this on a PS3. Yeah, qualified top 10, let's go. And immediately off the line, jump up to 4th. I passed an all-wheel drive car, by the way, on the launch. Oh god, they're stopping. I forgot about that. That's a little quirk with the AI in this game. They like to stop right there on that left-hand kink before this first hairpin.
Renault Speed Center presents Summer of Speed 3.
Let's see, we're bringing back the old dumb shit I used to do. Thank you for the resub, Survivor. Appreciate it. And also thank you for the resubs and the subs that happened during the pre-stream that I wasn't able to shout out. Honestly, I appreciate everyone being here. I wasn't sure if this was going to generate enough hype for anyone to care, but obviously considering the how many people are here tonight, yeah, I think people care. I think people care a lot. So, thank you for being here. Anyways, Mari P1 passed everybody, although that pass for the lead was a little bit dirty. But, hey, whatever. We don't have to worry about damage or anything, so fuck it. I mean, obviously I'm going to try to race as cleanly as possible, but, you know. Oh, here he comes. Coming back. Didn't mean to do that. Was not... Oh my god. This first hairpin is so fucking difficult. Yeah, like... I still do Let's Play marathons from time to time. I just brand them as something else. I was gonna do like an epic, like... Oh, this is gonna be like Gran Turismo, like round 2 or something like that, but I'm just like, you know what? Screw all the smoke and mirrors. I'm just playing Gran Turismo again. Voltor. Oh, Jesus. How you doing? Alright, might actually have to do some defending here. By defending, I mean blocking. Love all the advertising billboards everywhere. For every freaking brand. Alright, are we good? Oh, I won't have to block, we're good. And a victory at Grand Valley East. Yay. Full mad 100% all the games. Possibly, by possibly, yep. Persian, that's right. Wait a minute. Oh, I struggle to control my car, so beat Soar by 0.3. RX-7 came third, GTO ends up fourth, 180SX takes fifth, and the Integra is in last, 3 seconds back. We are 3 for 3. I've not lost yet. Something tells me that record isn't going. That perfect record is not going to last. We'll see, though. So here we go. So that is 3 of our 5 spot races taken care of. I can do all these all over again if I wanted to. But next up, we're gonna go to Deep Forest Raceway. Or Deep Forest Racing Way, I guess. Experience racing through forest. Okie dokie. Thank you, Sob, for the gift sub to Supra. Appreciate that, dude. Jimmy Baldbit. I know it's obvious for the answer. Well, the answer's so obvious. I'll let you figure that one out. Anyways, Deep Forest in our prelude. Let's go. Oh, okay. Well, we have the R32 GTS that I decided to pass on buying. We have a Honda Del Sol SIR,
yes.
a Roadster VSP. Okay, we have the A8611. This is a Toyota. And we have a Mitsubishi Galant VRG. Pretty low power car, so I don't think this will be a very difficult race. But we'll see. Let's see if I can get a couple extra bucks through qualifying. Also, thank you very much,
Yes.
Crease for the host, and other Crease for the host. 2 hosts from 2 Creases. Let's go. So this series, one giant glorified advertising for shit ton car brands. Pretty much. I know, I don't know like the severity of it, but I know games like this made a very large cultural impact in the car community, because it introduced, especially over here in North America, it introduced us to a lot of awesome cars that we wouldn't normally know about from Japanese brands that are very popular cars today within the community. Speaking of the U.S. car community. And again, like I said earlier, this game was my introduction not only to I guess car culture in general, but some amazing cars that are still some of my favorites to this day, like the Dodge Viper. That's my favorite car ever. Why is it my favorite car? Because it was in Gran Turismo. And that's how I found out it existed. It looked so amazing, it was so powerful. It looked mean, and I loved it, and I still love it. I will forever love it. Oh, I chickened out on the last turn, I'm sorry. I tapped the brake. And cars like like I said, the Mark III Toyota Supra, I always used that as like my first car purchase in this game. I wanted to be different this time, because why not? Aw, I just missed out on the pole. I shouldn't have chickened out on that final turn. R32 beat me for pole by 3/10. Look, oh well. Starting second though. So that's something that isn't first or last. So let's go race at Deep Forest. Here we go. So starting on the outside pole, this nice grid start. Hey, remember when Gran Turismo had grid starts? Please with me. Please. Oh yeah, absolutely, Chris. That changed both the world of gaming and cars. Like, this was the Super Mario Brothers of racing games, basically. Like, it had such a massive impact on everything, like the entire landscape, and there are still games to this day, or there are games like the entire pretty much racing genre, outside of like, you know, licensed games like NASCAR and F1, they're pretty much because of this. Like, they're the way they are because of Gran Turismo. This absolutely just laid the entire fucking foundation for this genre that, I don't know about you, I definitely love it, and have loved it for many, many years. And I still do, even though this console generation is a little bit mediocre in most cases, but, you know, that's not a discussion for now. I feel like this was definitely, like, the I could be wrong, but I feel like this was the first proper pick-up-and-play racing sim. Because, like, you have, like, your super realistic, like, simulators on, like, DOS and PC here, for then, like, IndyCar and NASCAR racing. Then you did have Need for Speed. At least 1 and 2. I can't remember when 3 came out. Can't remember if it was before or after this. Which, the first game was definitely more realistic, but I feel like there was definitely a lot more, well, I don't know. I feel like I'm contradicting myself, how I actually feel, but there's definitely more of a learning curve, I think, with the original Need for Speed, and 2 is a lot more arcadey. Here, it's... you have that realistic and, like, simulation style of driving, but not too, you know, too much of a sim, to where it requires hours and hours of practice just to get the basics down. And at the same time, it's simple enough to where you can just, you know, pop this bitch in your PlayStation or whatever, grab a controller, and have a good time. And I have won this race quite easily. So, yeah. Roadster ended up second. Interesting. So the R32 actually ended up third. Del Sol takes fourth. The AE86 goes in fifth, and the Galant brings up the rear in sixth. It also helped as this was one of my first racing games ever that I ever played. It was this, NASCAR 98, and Rage Racer were like my first 3 racing games. Which is interesting, to say the least. Very interesting. And, yeah, so, final race, or final spot race here that we haven't done yet. We have Trial Mountain, a long course going through the mountains, a good opportunity to improve your skills. Let's get it out of our system. So, Gran Turismo 7. The end. That's it, that's all I got. Gear Jammer Intensive. That was NASCAR 99. 98 was, Flirtin' with Disaster. Also an excellent song. So, what we got here? Oh. Okay, this is gonna be difficult. We have an NSX, we have an Impreza, we have an FD RX-7, we have a Toyota Chaser, and we have a Skyline R33 GTR V-Spec. I'm gonna qualify anyways just to see how bad it is, but you know. Let's just find out. Then, so yeah, some nerd in the prelude. Basically, I'm in the only sub 200 horsepower car. I mean, I'm not gonna use the chicane strat if I can afford it, but considering this first section of the track is uphill, and I have the least amount of power, We might have to do some shenanigans in order to maybe win. Have I ever cut? Of course I have. You find someone who says that they've never cut the final chicane at Trial Mountain, and I will show you a liar. Because everyone has done it. Even if they say they haven't. Even someone like me who likes to race clean and within the actual track limits of the track, you gotta do it at least once in your life. Can't not do it. Like, it's too tempting. If he hasn't, okay, someone who's actually played the game, Chris. Listen here, Mr. Technicality. So much better if it wasn't on my EA. It's not that EA owns, it's not the fact that EA owning the franchise is what makes, you know, is the problem. It's the fact that how pushy they are with getting the pumping games out, despite the quality, is the problem. Name is finish. 7 seconds. Alright. NSX is on pole with a 141, I ran a 147. Or 148, excuse me. Be interesting. Well, let's go. But one way to find out how this is gonna work. And that is to just race. Here we go. Can I beat a bunch of superior beings in my little prelude? Answer is no, by the way. They're already pulling away from me. And away they go. Oh, I'm catching one of them. We go one at a time. Use my superior driving skills trademark. Say as I adjust my steering like 5 times before I actually go through apex the turn. Oh, around the outside of the WRX. Because I think that's WRX trim. Let's go. We're up to 3rd. And this is where they lose me. Luckily, there's only 2 big acceleration zones on this track. They have activated DRS. Oh my god, the Subaru. I think myself and the Subaru were going for the exact same gap. The NSX was the big loser in that. He just went from 1st to 4th. I don't think he was happy about that either. He gave me a little boop. So hello, chicane. Just sneak on the inside of the RX-7 with the Brapmobile. There's a chance. There's the chance our little Prelude can beat all these... Our Virgin Prelude can beat all these Chad sports cars. Oh god, don't do that. I lived! Need one more good lap. Don't show this to the FIA. Cool. Nice and smooth. Oh my god. That was not nice nor smooth. Here they come. Here they come. They have the benefit of the rubber band as well now. That's gonna be fun to deal with. Yeah, the ultimate underdog story. Boy, here we go. Oh, yep, there goes the RX-7. Okay, gonna beat him on the brakes. Oh, don't hit the wall. Almost caught the wall. And it's easy to kind of get the front of your car stuck on that wall, that inside wall, if I remember correctly. Wall collision physics can get a little fucky, so I want to avoid hitting inside walls at all costs, because, yeah, they will stop me. I mean, it's not like iRacing where if you hit a wall, it'll grab you and swing you backwards, which is the most hilarious fucking thing, and I love it. Alright, just through the final chicane, one more time, nice and smooth. Not gonna throw my car over the curbs. We win, 5 for 5. We did it. We friggin' did it. We beat an FD RX-7, an Impreza STI, a Toyota Chaser. The NSX ended up 5th from pole, and the R33 was also there. Beat them all in our little prelude. Hell yeah. That's what I love about using like underpowered cars, is the satisfaction of beating the big boys. So, you know, all those people that say, well, why didn't you use this car? It's the best car. That's why. It's more fun to be the underdog, in my opinion. Your opinion may be different, and that's fine. But there we go. That was all 5 of the spot races completed. We actually almost got a complete return on our investment with the Prelude with these races. And, yeah. We're on our 11th day now. So, that is that. So, spot races are complete. We're gonna save our progress now. Our first save of the game. Let's go! Ooh, yes. Saving. I love the pulsating memory card icon. Save completed successfully. There we go.